Are you wasting hours every day on repetitive tasks that could be automated? Imagine what you could accomplish if you could automate the boring stuff and focus on what actually grows your business. In this 2025 Complete Beginner's Guide to Zapier, I'm going to show you how to save at least 10 hours every week through smart automation, even if you've never written a single line of code. Let's get started. Let's get started with Zapier. First, you're going to go to zapier.com. and then you're going to create an account for free. Now, if you feel overwhelmed getting started with automating things in your business, what I would do is scroll down and start looking at what you can automate today. This will allow you to identify what you're doing in your business and then be able to see scenarios with what you can automate first. For example, if you're looking at lead management, if you're going to look at support tickets, IT help desk, data management, marketing campaigns, or sales handoffs, those are just a few things that you could be doing. Let's take a look at marketing campaigns. Now, here on this page, we're able to see how you can start tracking different campaigns. And we can see step-by-step different things that you could be automating right here. Now, here's an example. It mentions new posts to your timeline. Then you can analyze text and then send a message in Slack. That's just one thing that you could be doing. But this page now allows you to start getting the gears turning to think about what you can automate for your own business. What I like about here is you can pick a lot of different things such as personalization, social listening, marketing campaigns, just to name a few, to think about what you can automate in your business. If you want to know more, let me know. And in the comment section down below, we have a full video breaking down how you build AI and automation for your use case. Now, once you have a couple different options here, you can write them down and then sign into Zapier. If you want to still see more templates, you can click this right here. And then once you log in, you're going to see all the different templates that you can discover over here. But first, let's log into your Zapier account. You can start for free, and there's a link down below. Now, once you get started with Zapier, let's take a look on the left-hand side what we have. We have the home icon. We have Discover, where you can look at other examples of what you can automate based on your use case. And then we have a section where that's going to allow us to do our main actions. We have Zaps, so we can build out the automation. We have tables where we can start building out different tables that can hold information. Think about like Google Sheets or Excel. And then we have interfaces, chatbots, Canvas, and agents. Those are more advanced based on what you're trying to do. We'll start with Zaps first, but bottom line, these different things allow you to now expand what you can do with Zapier. I would say what would be really interesting for 2025, I would look at chatbots and agents, allowing you to expand what you can do with your business. But if you want to see more of that, we'll release videos if people want to see us to do an in-depth version of what those look like. But bottom line, let's talk about chatbots. Chatbots would be how you're using something similar to like ChatGPT, but you can create your own scenario for your chatbots. That's the bottom line of what you're going to be able to do there. Now, if we're looking at agents, what are agents? Agents are basically allowing you to use AI, but they can now take actions. So instead of doing something with chatbots where you're prompting it to do something based on text, similar to ChatGPT, agents allow a scenario to go out, but it uses multiple tools or actions to have a result. If you want to see more information about AI agents, we have a whole AI agents for beginners guide down below that's free. Now, let's take a look at Zapier and getting started for our first scenario. Now, there are two different things that we could do. It mentions up here at the top, it says, what would you like to automate? This is a AI beta feature, but you can tell Zapier what you're looking to do. For example, when I add a reaction to a Slack message, create a card in Trello. You're telling it in normal, everyday English, what you want to do. And then it's going to produce the different type of automation or that sequence that needs to happen. You can do that, but I would probably go to create a Zap first, just so you get used to it, know what you're looking for, and then you can start using the scenarios. What I've seen is a lot of times people will try to describe it in a certain way. It's not the best right now, or you're adding too many steps and then you're having errors. So my suggestion would be start from scratch with Zaps, and then get used to using uh, the automation feature right here afterwards. Okay. So first we're going to click on Zaps, and we're going to click on create, and then we can do a new Zap or a new folder. What I'm going to first do is first create a new folder, and the folder will be marketing automation. Okay. The reason being, now we can keep everything with our Zaps and everything in order and keep everything nice and tidy. So now that we have a new folder, marketing automation, now we can create Zap. Now here will allow us to do a couple things. Again, we have the Copilot. What can I help you automate? This will allow you to go through that, and that's a beta feature at this time. Or we can click on the trigger right there. Let's zoom in for a moment. We can click on the trigger. So we're selecting the event that starts your Zap. So once we click that, then we have a bunch of different options that we could choose. We could go for our top apps right here, or we can use different things like webhooks, schedule, email, RSS, code, email parser, sub, Zap, and the list goes on and on. But what I would do here, if I'm thinking about what the trigger would be, again, I would be thinking about this section, our inputs. What are we collecting? What do we want to happen? Where are we going to start? So the trigger, what's going to happen first to set off this automation? What do we want to happen? We might decide, first of all, to have something happen when we get a new message in Slack, right? So we could first click Slack. We can decide right here, now that we have Slack right here, we can say trigger event, and we can choose an event. New channel, so triggers when a new channel is created. New file triggers when a new file is uploaded. Or new mention triggers when a username or highlight word is mentioned in a public channel. So based on what you're looking to happen, you can basically have the automation look for that one trigger, and then have an automation, something to happen automatically after the trigger happens. So in the comment section down below, let us know, what are you trying to automate? What are you looking for, or what information are you getting? Okay. Once you get that, then let's just put it as, we'll say, a new mention, right? We have a mention right here. It says, now that we have a trigger event, then it mentions account connect Slack. We can sign in. And what you're going to be seeing here is, what you're not seeing is it's connecting to another uh, another workspace for me to connect, and then we can have it finish up right there, right? That's an example. Once we have that connected, then we'll be able to select the event that we want the Zap to run to. So we can click that, and we say every time that happens, we can maybe send an email to somebody, or we can add something to a Google Sheet. Let's go with, you know what? Let's go with Notion here. And then from Notion, it mentions what do we want to happen based off of that. So once we get a mention, we can add content to a page. We can add a comment to a page. We can create a page, whatever works for you. Let's just say we want to add a comment. And then here we would connect that account. So when there's a new mention, we can add it as a comment on a certain page in Notion. That's just one example. But there are tens of thousands of different things that we could do with multiple steps, or whatever we want to happen for our marketing campaign or what we're doing. In the comment section down below, let me know, what are you trying to automate? What are you trying to do in your business? Now, we're starting out with the very basics of what you can do with Zapier, but we want to make sure that we're creating content that works for you and makes sense, and that just is beneficial. So let us know, do you want us to show very specific workflows or Zaps that work for your business in marketing or in data management? Or do you want to see more overviews of different features found in Zapier? This is an exciting year with all the different advancements with AI agents and with chatbots. So we want to create the best kind of content for you and your business, automating and scaling your business with automation and AI. If you like these videos, make sure that you like and subscribe, and make sure that you take a look at the other video talking about building AI and automations, the basics to automate anything in your business. I'll see you in the next video.